If you think lemon loaves are boring, well, you haven't tried this recipe, which is so easy to follow with just a few ingredients. That's sure to get your taste buds asking for more. A super soft and zesty lemon loaf cake. So let's get baking. First off, we will take a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan, grease it, and line it with the parchment paper, and also preheat your oven at 175 degrees Celsius. Starting off with the recipe, let us take a large mixing bowl. In goes 200 grams of caster sugar. If you'd like the measurement in cups, you can find it below in the description box. Taking a zester, we will zest 2 large lemons, or you can even take 3 small ones. Now you need to make sure that you zest only the yellow peel and not the white pit, as this will only make the cake bitter. Using your fingertips, rub the zest into the sugar for about a minute. The reason we're doing this is that it would help release the essential oils, which will further help accentuate the flavor in the cake. Next, we will take in 200 grams of unsalted room temperature butter. It is important to be patient and beat this mixture until pale and fluffy. This will help incorporate all the sugar and zest into the butter. Remember to scrape the sides of the bowl as you go. Once we have achieved the consistency that we are looking for, we will now go ahead and add 4 eggs by incorporating 1 egg at a time. This would take about, say, half a minute or so for each egg. Now, I don't want to compare myself with the Starbucks lemon loaf cake, but I knew I could make one equally delicious at home. 'Cause there's nothing quite like a homemade loaf coming right out of the oven, and the beautiful citrus flavor that fills the room with its aroma is just something else. I know it sounds odd bragging about my own recipe, but I'm so in love with this cake, it's the best ever lemon loaf recipe. Do give it a try. And don't forget to let me know in the comments below. Once you're done incorporating all the 4 eggs into the butter mixture, you will notice that it may look a little curdled. But don't be alarmed, as everything will come together once we add the rest of the ingredients. Coming to the next step, we will take a separate bowl with a sieve and taking 250 grams of all-purpose flour along with 6 grams of baking powder, which measures to 1 1/8 teaspoon. Give it a quick mix and sieve it all together. This will help remove all the lumps and impurities from the flour. Now comes the final step of bringing it all together. Taking the flour mixture, and in addition, we will also take 120 grams of room temperature milk. We will incorporate these a little at a time by alternating each other, but make sure to start and end with the flour. So take some flour mixture and whisk it in for just a few seconds, making sure we don't want to overmix it. Now to this we will add some milk and whisk it in just as much. Don't forget to scrape the sides of the bowl as you go. Similarly, go ahead and repeat until all the flour and milk is used up. Once we are done with that, we will now transfer the batter into our prepared loaf pan. Level it up with the help of the spatula. Tap the pan a couple of times to remove any air pockets there may be. Now, the trick to getting a clean crack along the center of the loaf is to take a knife or a spatula dipped in melted butter and score it along the middle of the batter. Once that's done, our cake is now ready to go into the preheated oven at 175 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. Our beautiful lemon loaf is out of the oven, and now we will do the skewer test, making sure it comes out clean. Let the loaf cool completely on a wire rack after removing from the pan. In the meanwhile, we will prepare the glaze by taking 1 cup of icing sugar, to which we will add 4 to 5 teaspoons of lemon juice. We should get a thick glaze, so add the lemon juice little at a time. This is the consistency that we are looking for. Once the cake has cooled down completely, drizzle the glaze over it and allow it to set for a few minutes. Time to slice into the cake to see how it's turned out. The beautiful tint of yellow from the citrusy zest gives an excellent glow to the cake from within. Whichever way you go, glaze or no glaze, you can't go wrong with this lemon loaf. It is also one of those recipes that's quite forgiving, so it's a good one for those new to baking too. The beautiful soft crumbly texture leaves an incredibly delicious tantalizing taste as it melts in your mouth. I hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy every bite as much as I do. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, happy baking! Bye for now.